Hey guys, it's Joshua Stone. I'd like to introduce to you the new improved BT Live. First, I'm going to give it to my co-hosts and introduce themselves.
Hey, what's up? I'm Shannon.
What's going on, BT? It's Wilkins.
Yo, it's your boy Miles.
And our first segment is going to be the wrap-up of fall sports. I'd like to congratulate the boys and girls soccer team as well as the football team, where our BT Live was actually able to get a clip of the interview of Coach Mo, Eric Rogers, Dante Thompson, and we'll show you a quick clip. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Jawan Lee, and you're watching BT Live. Today we'll be talking about a recap of our football season. Today I'm here with
Jessica Morris,
John Paul Wadar,
and our three guests, Eric Rogers, Dante Thompson, and Coach Mo. Now, Coach Mo, how long have you been an offensive coordinator?
I've been an offensive coordinator for the better part of 25 years. I've been an offensive coordinator here at Burlington Township for 6 years.
Previous year we went 10-1, made it to the championship. This year we made it to the playoffs again. So, what makes this coaching style work well?
Our coaching staff, we work well because we're not just coaches. We're more like friends. We get along together. We work hard together. We complement each other, and we don't have any exceptional personalities in the group. You know, it's all about the team concept. And when you talk to Coach Madera never takes any of the credit on himself. He always gives the credit to his players and his coaches, and because of that, we all feel a whole lot more comfortable, and we work that much harder because we're working for somebody like Coach Madera.
6-3 this year, made it to the playoffs. We didn't end how we wanted it to, but do you have a favorite moment or memory from this year?
Probably one of the highlights, I think, and people might disagree with me, but one of the highlights of the season was our Highland game when the beginning of the game our quarterback got hurt, and Dante Thompson filled in at quarterback and did a great job. But the reason why we won the game, Dante did a nice job filling in, but the rest of the team jumped on the bandwagon and subscribed to the team concept. And because of what everyone did, not just one person, because of what everyone did, that's why we won the game. And I think that's probably one of the highlights of this season. Football is the ultimate team sport, and with what we did in that game, we proved that if we work together as 11 people on the field all the time, we can be very successful.
And last question. What are your expectations for next season?
Well, as long as I've been teaching and coaching, my expectations have always been, we're going to compete to the best of our ability and we're going to win. Now, my philosophy is, in all the years I've coached, never lost a game. We've run out of time, unfortunately. But if we're going to stay there and we'll battle, and as long as we're on the field, we're going to come out on top. So this year, we took our lumps from time to time because we had a lot of young players. Next year, those young players will be a year older. They'll be a lot more mature. Hopefully in the off season, they'll work harder, and hopefully we'll be more successful next year than we were this year because of the people that we have coming back.
Thank you, Coach Mo.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
So Dante, now I'm going to be asking you some questions. How would you describe your overall senior year performance?
My overall senior year performance, I would have to say I did what I could from where I was. Everything at the position that I was put in, I felt like I did the best I could in that position. I feel like there's some games that I didn't do the best I could have, and I want to do more in those games, but can't go back.
What do you think your favorite memory was?
My favorite memory, along with Coach Moke, was probably the Highland game. Being put in a position like that, it's pretty hard to step up and do what I did, but along with that, probably the Delsey game. Ever since we lost in the second round of playoffs to Delsey, we ran out of time and we lost. Like Coach Mo said, we didn't lose that game, we ran out of time. Ever since then, I always had a chip on my shoulder playing Delsey, so it's pretty exciting every time we beat them.
So Dante, what are you going to miss most about high school football?
What I'm going to miss most is probably playing with my team. It's always hard after the season, especially if it doesn't go the way you want it to go. So that's probably the main thing I miss.
And what's next for you?
Going to college, play football, and double majoring in accounting and business.
Now we're going to end off with asking Eric Rogers the last few questions. So, Eric, is there anything that you would change this season, like any changes or outcomes you would like to see a different position out of?
I would definitely like to change, like the way the season ended, like it didn't end the way we expected it to be. Like everybody's goal is state chip at the end of the year. So if I were to change anything, it would be the way the season ended.
Now, do you have a favorite memory from this year? Because I know you had a lot of highlights and you were put in different positions. So do you have a favorite memory?
My favorite memory from the year is just winning games and dancing in the locker room afterwards is a lot of fun. So yeah.
And now I know that you've been on the radar, so like, do you have like different colleges? Like, have you made your decision yet to where you want to go?
Yeah, I committed to NIU in the summer. I just felt like it was the best place for me and my family, and it helped me prepare. Like, it will prepare me better off for the future.
And last question: what is your what's the worth ethic that you have to have, like the commitment that you have to be a Division I athlete?
It's not just like the sports part of it. It's about like your books and schoolwork too. So there's a lot of hard work in the classroom and off the field. Set me up to be where I'm at.
And that's it for BT Live. I want to thank our 3 guests for coming. And I'm Jawan Lee. I'm here with Jessica and JP, and we're signing out. Thanks for watching.
And we're back from the interview. Now I want to pass it to Wilkins with volleyball.
Yeah, so this was the inaugural year for the girls volleyball team. Most teams, when they're starting out for the first time, they start out with a freshman or a JV team. But around here in Burlington, we do things a little bit differently. We started out with a varsity team. Our ladies did amazing. It was amazing to see them be able to pick up 5 games towards the end. They were improving, and I mean, the energy was just great, So I really look forward to later seasons where, they get better and better. So we had the opportunity to sit down with Coach Winkler. So let's show that.
How do you think the first year of volleyball season went?
I think it went pretty fantastic, to be honest. We knew we had an uphill battle. We knew we were a brand new program coming out playing some really experienced programs, but we were able to grow continuously. The girls stayed focused, they stayed positive, and we were actually able to come out with numerous wins. Going 5-9 for a record is fantastic for a first-year program, so we were very happy.
Were there any standout performances?
Yes, actually there were 2 different games that I can think of that the team really stood out. One was against Morristown. They're a very accomplished team, fantastic program to play against. And our girls, although we didn't win, they really showed how well that they could have adapted, played against a hard team, and really showed how well they could elevate their own skills. The other game was against Timber Creek. It was our senior game. The seniors definitely stood out. They could tell they wanted the game, but so did the rest of the team, and they really pushed through against a very, very competitive game, and we ended up winning it. So I would think those 2 games definitely.
How do you think the program will do in the future?
In the future, I feel like it's going to expand and continue to improve. Each day, each week, throughout the entire season, we saw the girls. They were always improving, they were always staying focused. Now they have out-of-season goals that they're trying to accomplish, playing on different teams, many of them very competitive teams, and I definitely think that we are going to see this program grow and mature throughout the next few years.
Wow, what a great interview that was. I mean, I just love to hear the insight and, what's going on in the head of a coach, while they're coaching their team. Mm-hmm. So let's pass it over to Shannon with tennis.
So keeping on the first train, this year was also the first year that the girls tennis won the division title. So exciting.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very proud to be part of that team. It was a great year. Everyone was working really hard. Everyone really tried their best. We really formed a team bond this year. I love everyone in that team. I know everyone loves each other. It was really a great year. And not only was tennis was the first, what about you, Miles?
All right, so I'm about to go ahead and do field hockey. Field hockey team won their Central Group 3 championship, so that's a good thing that we have won our first championship for field hockey. And we had a chance to talk to Coach Scipio and some of the girls that was on the field hockey team, so let's go ahead and roll that clip.
Hi, my name's Matt. I'm here with Mr. Scipio, and I'm going to be asking you some questions.
Great.
What made this year so successful for you?
Field hockey terms? Well, really, it was just a lot of planning at first, but then, of course, you look at the people you play with, or you have on your team, and they put the time and effort in, really. They just knew that they had to come in hard this season and work hard.
All right. Were there any standout performances from any of the players?
Of course. We have our leading goal scorer, Vanessa DiDonato. So she had 22 goals this year, most in in one season for her. But you also have people like Christiana Keene, who will be representing us tonight at the South Jersey Field Hockey Coaches Association. And on defense, of course, you have Grace Farnan, who is probably one of our better defenders in our center position. So she had really great control this year.
Cool. How do you think the program's going to do in the future?
I hope really well. I mean, we plan to. You know, we've had a successful 4 years. We've always made it to the sectional final. So our goal for next year really is to do it again, but to also win the semifinals in the state tournament, so that way we can move one step further.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Scipio.
Of course. Thank you.
Pleasure.
And now that we're back with all from that interview, let's give a round of applause for all of them first.
Great job, guys.
Great job.
And now we have a little test for the school, and now I'm gonna hand it over to Shannon with trivia.
So obviously we've seen that we have the sports, but do we have the smarts? That's the real question. So we went around to the student body and asked them some general trivia questions, so let's see how they did.
How many months have 28 days?
1.
No.
Oh, shoot. How many colors are in a rainbow?
7.
Okay. What is the name of our current vice president?
Mike Pence.
Okay.
Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Neil Armstrong.
What is the tallest type of land animal?
Giraffe.
What planet is closest to the sun?
Mercury.
Yeah. How many months have 28 days?
28 days, that's February.
And why do you think that?
It's because of leap year.
What is the name of our current vice president?
Current vice president. I guess that would be Mr. Pence.
Mr. Pence is correct.
Who floated like a butterfly and stung like a bee?
Ali, right?
Yes.
What is the tallest type of land animal?
I would have to guess that would be a giraffe.
He's correct.
That's what he does. That's why I got the job.
What is the name of our vice president?
I don't know. Obama?
What country is both an island and a continent?
Haiti.
Guys, that question was so dumb. Only February has 28 days.
I made that question. No, all months have 28 days.
No, it's only February. Cause like.
Woken.
February.
Shit, bro, we live.
Rolling.
All right, now that we're officially back, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the winter preview. We had an opportunity to talk to Coach Howell for bowling, Coach Day for boys basketball, and Coach Williams for girls basketball. Now let's go ahead and roll the clips.
Hey, my name is Matt. I'm here with the varsity basketball coach, Mr. Derry, and I'm going to be asking him some questions. What are your hopes for the upcoming season?
Just have the kids play hard like they usually do, and last year came up a little short, so hopefully to improve on what happened last year.
All right. Are there any athletes we should be keeping an eye on?
Yeah, we have 2 returning starters from last year that played a lot of varsity basketball the last couple years, and John Paul Oluwadare and Emmanuel Itiba. Another kid to watch out for, Daniel Thomas, a junior, should have a strong season as well.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Derry.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Here with Mr. Howard, the bowling coach, and our first question is, what are your hopes for the upcoming season?
As usual, we hope to win our division, boys and girls, varsity-wise, and win the BCSL. We plan to go to girls sectionals and boys sectionals in February, and hopefully from there we can get either top 1 or top 2 spots for South or Central Jersey and move into the States.
Okay. So Coach Williams, what are your hopes for the upcoming season?
Well, Jess, I'm hoping to build on a successful season that we had last year and get another home playoff game and hopefully go a little deeper. I'd like to win a few games this year in the playoffs and get a shot at a championship.
And are there any athletes that you should keep an eye on?
Well, as you know, you're one of them. We have a lot of returning players from last year. We have Jalen and Kaylin and Jess, along with Aaron Turpin. And then we have a few new players who decided to come back and return to the team in Bailey Enoch and Lydia Dades. So that there will make a nice team to look out for.
Okay, I'm hoping we have a great season this year.
Me too.
All right, now that we're back from the interviews, let's go ahead and chop it up a little bit about the winter sports. What do you guys think that our expectations are for it?
Basketball, I think we should be good. Manny and JP gonna hold it down for us. Girls-wise, they should be holding it down for us too. They got some fierce new players coming out this generation. And wrestling, I feel like we should have a little change of it because who knows what's gonna happen. And bowling, I feel like we got everything on the bag. How about y'all?
For sure. Everything you said sounds on point to me. I'm really excited to see how the basketball season turns out. Like you said, winter track. You know, I know a lot of people that's on that team. You know, they're excited to run. They're excited to get their medals, get their times in, and be ready for spring track. You know, so I can't wait.
Yeah, as a fan, I'm really excited to see everyone. I love going to basketball games, wrestling matches. Haven't been to a bowling one yet. Maybe I'll go out to one of those. So, yeah, so excited.
For sure.
And I just wanted to put my input in on the basketball. We have a lot of young guys coming up, so the team should be a lot of really inexperienced. But I feel like if our leaders, JP and Manny, really put like their effort all into it, they can help those young guys really get experience for the varsity level and make sure that we get back to where we were last year. And trying to go further and win a state championship this year.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
And some young guys to look out for would be Leland, Gianni. You know, yeah, those are some big names for young guys to look out for this season.
Now we're gonna take a look about these artworks out here. This one's by Lando Kimball. I like it because like the artistic vision around it. I think that like the colorful background, all the spat paint out, and very artistic, very different out here than other drawings and paintings out here. How about you, Shannon?
So mine was made by Danielle Martinelli. I really like this one because I love the use of the floral patterns and the pastel colors, and also it's just really good. And I don't know how to draw faces or anything like that, so very impressed. What about you, Wilkins?
Yeah, this was my favorite self-portrait personally. This was drawn by Jayon Ford. I just love the color of it, you know. I love the vibe of it, you know what I mean? Seems like he's an anime fan, so you can see there's a little bit of an anime inspiration on this. So yeah, I love this one. How about you, Miles?
This one was made by Cheyenne Flower. I like all the different type of colors and all the different faces. I like the jellyfish, the crystals in the back, all that stuff. I like
very
this
colorful.
One. I like this one the most because it has the sunglasses and stuff. So yeah, this one's my favorite.
I mess with it.
And our succulents on the table are actually made by Allison Cars, Louisa Hines, and Alex Gross. So very nice, guys.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Good job. Give me a round of applause for them. And that's all the time we have here today.
And also, if you want to go cop some BT merch, it's in the
sir.
nest. You know,
Very nice, very comfy.
very comfortable.
Do you feeling the drip now?
Affordable prices.
But that's all the time we have here on BT Live. We'll catch you on the next time of BT Live.
See ya.
Guys.